Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Minecraft video on my channel. My name is KIllFeed, or Brandon here today. In today's video, we're going to be making an updated iron farm. Now, I know I already made an updated iron farm, but this one is mainly going to be building it and going over every little thing. So this video is going to be pretty long. And also, I'm going to be going over at the very end of the video any problems that I have seen come up on my comments a lot, very frequently. I'm gonna go ahead and go over them, as me and a member of my channel have went over these millions of times to replay the scenario, and we actually found some solutions. So if you guys want, you guys can stay to the end of the video and go ahead and rewatch the farm video, just in case maybe you did something wrong, or go ahead and skip to the end. I understand a lot of people are going to do that, that's fine, but if you guys want, go ahead and go to the end right now. So if you're here for the first time, go ahead and hit subscribe, go ahead and leave a like on today's videos. We're going to aim for 183 likes. Okay guys, so everything you're going to need is right here. You're going to go ahead and need 10 stacks of building blocks, 2 chests, 4 signs, 4 hoppers, 2 stacks of glass, 20 working stations. Now, I'm going to use these barrels here, but you want to use something that is going to prevent the villagers from not working in rain. I'm going to use these barrels because I'm only going to do it as a setup, as a video. So I would use something that villagers will actually work in the rain with. You're also going to go ahead and need 2 buckets of water to make an infinite water source, 1 bucket of lava, 20 beds, and minimum of 11 villagers. Now you can use 20, but I'm going to show you 20, but you can use 11. Now I'm going to show you how to do 11. It's very, very simple. It's the same as 20. You're just going to be 11 instead of 20. But no matter what, you need the 20 beds. You have to have 20 beds for this to work, because 10 villagers is a village. 11 villages is technically 2 villages. So I'm going to show you guys how to set everything up, and don't worry, we'll go ahead and go over that in the tutorial. Okay, so the very first step to start this whole thing, go ahead and mark a 2x2 area on the ground. Doesn't matter where, just mark a 2x2 area just like this. And then what we're going to do, we're actually going to be replacing the sand or whatever block you have underneath with 8 pieces of building blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then once we have our 8, we're going to go up 1 like this. So this is number 9. So that's technically 1, 2, and 3. And then once we're at the third one, we're going to go ahead and go up and then go out 1 more. So you should have something that looks like this. Remember, it's 1, 3, and 8. So a total of 12. So go ahead and do that on all sides. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And once we're at 8, we're going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go up 1 more for our single one. So now once you have something that looks something like this, we're actually going to be connecting the inner layer here, and we're just going to box them off. It's very, very simple. You're just going to go ahead and make 4 big squares, and you guys cause problem on your world, but this is what it should look like. If you guys want to get a good count, I'm using good blocks to count, so go ahead and get your good screenshot. Now once you have that, you're going to go ahead and knock out all this sand, and you're going to replace it with the actual building block of your choice. Now, it can be any building block. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't think it can be glass, though. You can't have glass. You can have glass walls for sure. But this farm is going to be designed to help you not have golems fall out. Because I've seen on my most popular iron golem video that the main complaint was that people were having spawns of iron golems outside the walls. And I was like, okay, that's really weird. And then I went back into my world, and lo and behold, it was doing it to me too. And I realized that that one wasn't actually large enough like this one will be. So this one is going to be the actual perfect size and the maximum radius for a golem to spawn outside of. So we can go ahead and knock all of that out, which is really, really nice, because we don't want to lose any rates, and we don't want to have to go kill a golem with our bare hands or with our sword, because, you know, golems are pretty mean and they're pretty strong. So go ahead and do this for every square. Okay, so once you're done, it should look like this. Now you probably guessed it right. You're gonna go ahead and go up to this third block right here, and you're going to make a big square just like this. Now, obviously, I went over here. Go ahead and destroy that. But go ahead and mimic what you did here for the outer layer as well. Okay, so once you're done, it should look like this. And then now, yes, you guessed it, just 1 more wall all the way around. Okay, guys, so once you're done, it should look something like this. Now, what you want to do, you want to go ahead and go to your corners, and you're going to place these 2 blocks like that, and then place a little arrow in the middle, just like that. And you want to do that on every single outside corner. Okay, so go ahead and do this. Now, you don't have to destroy this block right here, but I like doing it just because sometimes I use it as an AFK block. So now you can actually take out your water, and the best thing to do is go to basically the center of this thing and run to the wall and go ahead and place a water bucket down. Now, if it flows over, you've done it incorrectly, but if it stops right there, you've done it correctly. So now go ahead and place water in every single corner, just like I am here, and you should have some weird little water funky layout. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this water just to show you guys what it should look like. That's exactly what you should have it, and if you have it like that where it leaves a little diamond in the middle, you've done it correctly. Now you want to go ahead and just run water along this back wall, and now once you've done that, as you guys can see, it is a perfect water source. So I know in my first tutorial for Minecraft 1.16 I said you have to put glass, leaves, or slabs on this. You don't, but now you can do it for looks if you really want to, but you don't need it like you did in the first one. You really didn't need it then, because I didn't know at that time that golems had a certain spawn radius of a village. So we went ahead and fixed it with this. So now we're actually going to be putting in our beds before we put in our killing chamber, just because we don't want to be falling in lava, and I know you guys don't want to be dealing with beds after lava. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my beds. So the best thing to do once you have your beds is to go up 3 blocks from the actual spawning area for your golems. Now, you don't want to go up 3 from the middle because it won't be high enough. You want to go up 3 from the actual area here. So once you're here, you want to go ahead and bring your blocks in the middle just like this, and you're going to make a little square. Okay guys, so just know that these 2 center beds, one of them will be placed first, and this one will be your very last bed you're going to place. So how we're going to do this is we're actually going to run 1, 2, and then we're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what I'm counting is beds. Okay, I'm counting the amounts of beds. Every 2 blocks is a bed. So now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and do 8. So that's 6, 7, 8. And now what we're going to do, we're going to come to this block right here and do 1, 2, 3. That's 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Now we're going to be making a diamond. So now we're going to come on this side and mimic the exact other side. So that's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now, no matter what, you need 20 beds. If you do 11 villagers or if you do 20, you need 11 beds. And this is because it actually creates 2 villages. Every 10 villagers is a village. So if you have 11, it's technically 2. So what we're going to go ahead and do is that we're going to save this spot right here for dead last. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3. That's technically 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I'm going to place the 20th one backwards so we know. And I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I like to think it actually matters. And the few farms that I built, that does actually make a difference, I think. But anyways, now what we're going to go ahead and do is you're going to destroy every single block under these. Now be careful, do not destroy the beds, because once you do, you have to restart that whole process over. So once you're done with your beds and you have something that looks like that, you want to create your kill chamber, because you do not want to put in your villagers and then have iron golem spawning and they are racing to get a kill chamber. Go ahead and do this first. Now, a little tip I would like to give you that I did not include in the material list is that you can actually put a button here, button here, button here, button here. You could do it as the golem may see it as a solid block. I don't know if they do, but I've seen it on some of my membership worlds and stuff that I have, or that I've been joining and stuff, that they have buttons there, and it actually does seem like it works. So if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. So if this is going to be our kill chamber right here, we're going to put our chest down and we're going to go ahead and mine around. Now, why we're going to do this is because we are going to leave it like that. Okay, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is that we're going to count up 3 blocks from this floor level here. So this block right here is 1, that is 2, and that is 3. This is where the actual iron golem's head will be. So we're going to go ahead and place a little sign right there, a sign right there as well, and we're going to mimic this on the other side. Now be very careful whenever you do this. Obviously I have sand here, but I'm going to make a little exit out right here. Okay guys, so now you want to be very careful with this part, because you can actually burn yourself and die. So go ahead and place your lava in the corner and then place your blocks in. So now you have your full kill chamber ready to go. And then the next step is to go ahead and make a exit. So now that I'm out, we can go ahead and start setting up our villagers. So the way I'm going to recommend it is something you can do, but there's also the way I did on my very first tutorial. You can go ahead and set up a long stretch and put the workstations in front of them and have the villagers on one side and the other side, or you can do individual little stations. I like the stations because they seem to work better for me, but you can also do the long stations. Now sometimes with the long stations they actually do lose track of working, I'm sorry, and it causes your rates to fluctuate. So if you really want to do it the right way, go ahead and do something like this. Go ahead and put your first villager here, and we're going to make a little chamber for them. Now it is going to be kind of hard to do it on your survival world, so go ahead and do something like this. Go ahead and put your water in there. So you can't use nitwits or anything. You actually need a villager that can work. So once he finds his workstation and his bed, okay, so he's found his bed. So now what we have to do is cover him up, and we have to put a piece of glass over him just like that, so he does not lose his workstation. As you guys see, he's working. You can hear him working, and that's the sound you want to hear. You want at least 11 of these guys synced, and you have to do them individually like this. You cannot do them all at once. So remember, you want to go ahead and build your chamber just like this. That sounds really weird to say. So you want to go ahead and put down your workstation, put down one villager at a time. Go ahead and do something like this, and then go ahead and put down your water, and then you'll add a villager. And then once he finds his workstation and you hear him working, go ahead and place a piece of glass over him. So now he will never lose sight of his workstation nor bed by jumping up and down and running around. So go ahead and repeat this process 11 or 20 times, whatever you pick. I personally like doing 20, but you can also do it only 11. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat this process 12 times. I already showed you guys what 20 looks like. I'm going to go ahead and show you what 12 looks like. Okay, guys, so we actually got our first cat to spawn. Now, that's only with 8 villagers. Now, it's not a full village just yet. We will have a full village very soon. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and hit you guys with the bad news. Now, if you build this thing on a chunk, it will only spawn cats. It will not spawn any golems, and you will know within 2 to 3 Minecraft days if this thing is only spawning cats. Now, unfortunately, the only way to figure out if you built it on a chunk is to build it. Now, I know that sucks, and that does take a lot of time, because on my live stream world, I've done it twice already, and that's a waste of almost 6 hours. There's no way of figuring it out besides doing it. So this is 10 villagers. This will actually start spawning iron golems, and you should know pretty quickly if you have built it correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and add one more villager, maybe to speed up the process. Now, I really hope I didn't build it on a chunk either, because if so, I'm going to be pretty devastated myself. That's a cat. I thought it was a golem. So let me go ahead and add one more villager. And there you guys go. We have an iron golem. That was probably within maybe 10 seconds of me putting in the 11th villager. Now, if you've done it exactly like me, you should have iron golem spawn very, very quickly. Now, this farm can produce pretty good amount. I think it's around 440 to about 500 an hour. A lot of people were telling me that's a lie, but I mean, I was doing some rates of 584 an hour, which I had a good hour, and then I was doing hours where I had like 240. So it does vary. The game of Minecraft and Bedrock Edition is very, very random. If you guys are unsure if it's built on a chunk, if it has not spawned a golem in 3 to 4 Minecraft days, move it. It's not incorrectly built. It is just built at a wrong spot, and I did not feed you lies of information. So build it in a different spot. And then 2, if you guys are having not good rates, make sure there is not an iron golem walking around near your farm. If there is any iron golem walking around near the farm that this farm has produced, it will not spawn another one until that villager, or until that iron golem is actually dead. So go ahead and make sure you do have everything aligned. And now, if you want, you can also add more villagers. Nothing is wrong with adding more. Just do not exceed 20, because as soon as you exceed 20, you will need to add more beds. And the more beds you add is just more difficult to set up, because you have to have the center of the village located. A lot of YouTubers are saying the center of the village doesn't matter anymore. The 1st and 11th bed matter. The 1st and 20th bed matter. I find it to where the 20th bed is the only bed, in my opinion, that actually matters where you place it. Hopefully this did help you guys. I'm going to go ahead and run a time lapse for you guys. Just a little 10-minute one. If you guys don't want to sit through it, go ahead and jump to the end. So this is the 10-minute mark. We actually have one more golem, so I'm going to go ahead and let him die. So now that he's dead, we can go ahead and see our totals for the 10 minutes. We went ahead and got 55 iron in 10 minutes, which is not bad at all. That's actually pretty good. A lot of people are probably saying, well, you can get a lot more on Java Edition. You can, but like I said, this is Bedrock. So let's go ahead and run that for some numbers. So 55 times 6, because there is 6 10-minute segments in an hour. That is 330 ingots an hour. Now, a lot of people are probably like, well, you said 400 to 500. Yes, because this farm does take some time to warm up. As any farm in Minecraft, you just have to give it enough time. This farm will produce more iron as it goes on. And 330 iron per hour is pretty good, considering that we used to get 32 an hour with old Bedrock. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and comment down below if you guys have any questions, or if you're going to use this in your world. And make sure you do subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.